Hi guys, Kenny here, and I am at Guelph Airport, and it's a small little airport. They offer flight lessons, and if we get lucky, we might see a plane take off. I think these are like little Cessna-like planes. This one might be just doing its roundup and checks, so we'll see how far it gets. If we're lucky, we might catch it taking off. But I wanted to do a quick walk around of the Bullet 350 in terms of modifications and what I've done to it. Just realizing that I'm half parked in the shade and my exposure might not be great. I have to see if I can bump that up. Oh, looks like he's cut his engine, so might be just parking it, refuel. So yeah, see if we can get a better light on this side. Sort of. I wonder if I can bump the exposure on this. Give me a second. Anyways, did you know that you could take a scenic biplane ride in Guelph at the Guelph Airport? This is the Canadian Barnstormers. This is their little plane. I believe the pricing is it's like a couple $100. You can get yourself a biplane ride. Look over Guelph. There's a phone number there for you to call if you want to check it out. Gary is the pilot. I think he built this plane by hand. It is pretty cool. If you ever want to come out here and check out the Canadian Barnstormer, it's at the Guelph Airport, and this is their little booth. Little sign there that says biplane rides. I don't even know if you need to set up an appointment. So anyways, I want to talk about the Bullet and what I've done to it. First of all, let me just close the case and give you guys a quick walk around. So yeah, this is a quick walk around of the Royal Enfield Bullet, what I've done after 1,300 kilometers. And some of the modifications I've done to kind of make life a little bit easier. I think I've got some pretty tasteful mods. I want to go over them and just kind of give you a sense of how they performed. Crash bars, used them multiple times. Fantastic. Highly recommend them. When I was moto camping, I did manage to hook up a little bicycle light to this bar just to illuminate the pavement at night when I am in the darker areas of the campground. So that was super handy. The windshield, you know, it's super handy for blocking that wind. And over the period of time I've owned it, I've kind of realized it's also got a few benefits. Ooh, I gotta turn my bike off. The instrument cluster here, there is evidence of like condensation and moisture. So I've been keeping the windshield on, and I think one of the benefits is that it keeps a lot of the heat off the speedometer. And when it does rain, if you take a look at the angle, it kind of shields it from just raindrops directly falling on the speedometer, as well as any kind of water running in there should it get in. So the windshield's been great. I think one of the side benefits is that it does kind of protect that instrument cluster a little bit more. It really does help with keeping that moisture out. As far as I've noticed, it hasn't had any moisture issues. And I know that it is a known issue that the instrument cluster here will get condensation, or the speedometer will peel, and it'll make the speedometer a little sticky. So that has been a non-issue, and I don't know for sure, but I've kept the windshield on this bike ever since I've gotten it. I really enjoy it. Bar end mirrors, very vibration free. They work really well. It takes a little while to get used to the looking side to side with these bar end mirrors. But that's 13,000 kilometers. I think I've had this mirror on for the last 1,000 kilometers, and it's been going on well. It's super easy to install. You really just have to take off your plate here, mount the handlebar rack in, remount the plate. Super easy to adjust. Really like a lot of all these additions I've made. Sump guard, it's made the motorcycle a lot easier to clean, especially getting down there. I have noticed that I have replaced some of the bolts because maybe it's just my wrenching, but anyways, minor issue. I've replaced some bolts just because I don't like when Allen hex bolts start getting some wear. I like to, I much prefer to replace them before anything serious happens. But overall, that's been great. Very easy to clean and very easy to remove should I be doing oil changes and things like that. Other than that, what else have I done? DNA air filter, no issues. I may have mentioned that the DNA air filter, I've had like engine lights come on and off, and I think that has more to do with winter weather and temperature changes. So I just have the DNA air filter. There's no fancy snorkel or anything like that. Known issues. I have replaced the bolts. So these bolts you're seeing here are new. And I've had issues with this handlebar. I just don't think the knurling is very good. But I've since reinstalled the bolts. I've reinstalled the, oh, you might even be able to see it. There's a little bit of a, it's not sandpaper. I forgot the tape, but it helps with the grip of the handlebar, and I've not had any issues since. Let me get a little something to hide my plate here. But this is the back of the bike. I have since gone with the hard commuter case. I find it really helps with wet weather. Just in case it rains, I can put a lot of sensitive stuff in the case. Plus, this is a great way to get stickers on your bike. The other side is the Royal Enfield commuter, I guess the military style pannier. Very roomy. So previous to this, I was using a lot of the canvas bags on both sides, but I've since switched over to the hard case on one side, soft on the other. I find that kind of the best of both worlds. But however, if I was to do moto camping, I would probably remove this case and reinstall my canvas pannier on the other side. Super handy. I have not gotten these wet, although I do keep a couple garbage bags in there in case I have to keep this bag dry. You might notice it's a little bit, I don't know if the texture is showing up, but there's a little bit of wax I put on there. Makes it look a little more worn out, but I like it. So yeah, those are kind of the overall modifications, add-ons I've put on the bike. There's also the rear rack, which I've used to mount various, I've used to strap down various things like my chair, camping chair. So yeah, those are all the mods. Over the period of time, I think they've all held up really well. I have really no regrets on any of these modifications done to the Royal Enfield Bullet 350. I don't think there's anything in mind when it comes to further upgrading. I think this is more or less in its final form. And after 13,000 kilometers, I feel like it's reached its peak form. Like, this is all I really need in a motorcycle for the time being on a bike like this. I've got rock straps and an extra duffel bag should I need to carry like an extra jacket, clothes, anything that's kind of bulky or oddly shaped can fit in here, and I'm able to strap that down. So yeah, that's sort of the walk around and a little once over on the the Royal Enfield Bullet 350. Shoot me any questions if you have any, but after 13,000 kilometers, the mods and accessories I've been very happy with. I should also mention, I've got the quad lock here. And I'm using the standard quad lock with the vibration dampener added. It's been holding up really well, no issues there. And I've got it plugged into and charging through the USB. So yeah, that's sort of the Royal Enfield Bullet 350 and modifications I've done to it. I think it looks sharp. If you have any thoughts, feelings, what you've done to your Bullet 350, I'd love to hear what your preferences are. Thanks, ride safe. I'll talk to you next time. Cheers.